Why hello there, fellow bounty hunters. Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to The Last Starship. Episode 3, Bounty Hunting Filthy Pirates. I appreciate your speed in rescuing the crew of the Orion Sentinel, Captain. Regrettably, I must inform you that Captain Riker does not appear among the survivors. Her sacrifice will be remembered. We don't know when or where the pirate vessel will strike again, but we must be prepared. The more we analyze their attacks, the more obvious the pattern becomes. Thank you, Captain. Protect your fleet and wait for our call. Alright, other things to do before that call comes in. I would like to buy a supercomputer and maybe one more scientist. And given that I'm buying one more scientist, we'll also get one more spacesuit. And that is so that we can ramp up more science. I'm going to put the supercomputer here. And we have 200k left. What do we have to sell? Scrap metal. Compost. Done. I would also like to, at this point, buy railguns. And some railgun slugs. With the barely any money that we have left. And that is so that, when enemies are, like, nearly at max engagement range, we can still hit them. I'm also going to move where my, Gatling guns are a little bit. So storage. Railgun slugs. Installing Gatling guns to the side. So we got cannon, railgun, cannon, railgun. And I have only 4 weapons officers. I think it would also be wise at this point to... Well, we'll take some any old mission to pay the bills, and then I might hire a little bit more crew. So now that the Gatling guns are installed... Come on. Contracts. That might be a little too difficult. This one's easy. 76k to move people around? Sure. Can you custom haul, ship haul? Yes, I already have a bunch. This is not the footprint we had at the start. But yeah, you can build your ship as you see fit, for sure. So, like, if I wanted more habitation modules, you know, I could add them. Although, that looks awful. There we go. Captain, we have hatched a plan that we believe will catch the pirate vessel in the act. Please come to see us, and we'll explain the mission objectives. I'll do that after, obviously... Oh, low oxygen. Upon transporting these passengers. I'll buy some more oxygen, too. We have a lot of water. More than we might need. Trade. Habitation. Or, rather, resources. Oxygen. No, I haven't been paid yet. So basically all of my resources just went to fuel and oxygen. Let's also put suits strategically around the ship. So I'm going to have 3 suits here. 3 suits here. So 3, 6, 9, 12. I have 11 crew. And how many suits do I have? I have 17 suits. Okay. Because I think we grabbed some from salvage. So I'll put 4 suits there and 4 suits there. So putting the suits everywhere in case we have like a hull breach where we need to suit up quickly so that we can breathe. All right, with the God, we have so much water. You know, I might actually want to sell some water. There we go. We have a lot of FTL charges. Looking pretty good. Yeah. So let's wrap up the Commander Harkin's mission. Captain, it's time to hold this pirate vessel to account for all the damage they've done and all the lives they've taken. The UMC Astral Tempest is the bait in our trap. It's a long-haul commercial freighter that was due to be scrapped. We want you to take the Astral Tempest and travel through the most remote, unprotected location in the sector. Look busy, look like you're going somewhere, and bait them out of hiding. They won't be able to resist such an easy target. What they don't realize is you'll be carrying several tons of military-grade weapon systems ready to be installed and activated the moment they come close. We have one final trick to buy you some time before the cavalry arrives. We can reverse the energy field in the ship's FTL drive and trigger a massive burst of EMP energy, enough to disable their FTL and prevent any chance of escape. Your own ship will lose power too, but in the calamity that follows, you'll have time to fit the weapon systems and prepare for a tough fight. You also have to hold them off for a couple of minutes. My strike force will perform a combat drop virtually on top of you when the tables will turn in our favor. New objective, dock with them and send 5 crew over, and then jump to the Astral Temptress to an empty system until attacked. Got it. Alright. And we just researched how to make storage crates, blueprints, loaders, interstellar logistics stuff. Interstellar logistic research just got unlocked. So before we even do this, let's go ahead and queue up the next research project. Let's get drone speed. Now that we have a computer for computational points, we'll actually be able to do that. You're now going to learn how to transfer crew from one ship to another. 2 ships must be docked so that the crew can walk from one ship to another. First, switch back to normal view by leaving the tactical mode. Select the USM Astral up here. Open the fleet logistics. Select the source ship. Click the crew cell to the destination to move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done, you've transferred some crew successfully. The Scorpio has no more regular crew now, though, which is like its own problem. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. We'll just focus on this mission. So this is already cabled up. We just loaded fuel into the reactors. So now I'm just going to detach from it. Do we have battery? I don't even think we have batteries on this ship, do we? Nope. Okay. And jump somewhere empty. I'm indeed alone here, so we're a juicy target. This system is exactly the kind where the pirates might attack. Keep looking busy and travel to another empty system. The pirates must already be on your trail. Alright, we have an enemy contact. And yep, that looks like it. We found them. This is our shot. Charge the EMP weapon and get ready to hit them where it really hurts. Let them come in close, really close. I'm charging the EMP now, and the red circle is the EMP charge. Battle stations, everybody. Now I'm just going to be messing with them. Oh, they're shooting at me. Guess what? EMP'd! Boom. So now both of our ships are disabled. And, I have a nasty surprise for them. Cannon, cannon, cannon. Install the cannons. We're gonna shoot some pirates. Shoot them till they're dead. Captain, we're on our way. Mobilize your crew and install those weapon systems. The cavalry are coming. Hold them off just a few moments. So the power is still cut because of the EMP, but as soon as it's not cut, we have 3 cannons pointing at their faces. And I'm going to have my guns shoot at the front of their ship once power's back. I like how we're hauling around some like scrap minerals, like barely of anything of value, and they like came to gank us. Come on. Give me the power back. I guess I just like installed my gun so quickly, the game was not expecting that. And if you're wondering, all the while, Scorpio is still chilling here. They're still like actively under mission or whatever. Meaning that they were still using food, water, fuel, oxygen, etc. You can see the range of the weapons by hovering over them. Yes, so they're easily in range. Your guns can also target specific points of the ship. I already did that, but sure. Make sure to keep moving during combat. Increases your evasion, which makes you harder to hit. And yes, I already have a trajectory vector. Oh, here we go. Combat's on. Alright, I'm going to tell my guns to be auto. I don't really care where they're firing now. And we're in a ship-to-ship fight. Well done, you learned how to use weapons. Now fire at will at the pirate ship. Yeah, I was planning on it. Hey look, yeah, we're not a cargo vessel. We're firing back. How's that feel? Alright, we're being warned that we have heavy damage. It's fine, I know. Target that explosion and fire! And here's the allies. The Celestial Hammer and the Vanguard. And watch this pirate vessel get absolutely turned to a liquid. Because, cavalry has arrived. Bye-bye! You done dead quick, buddy. Fly around and find out. Congratulations, Captain. Your performance in the destruction of the pirate vessel exceeded all expectations. Your skill and bravery has not gone unnoticed. I extend my heartfelt gratitude for your help. As a token of appreciation, consider the Astral Tempest now part of your fleet. The ship was due to be scrapped, but we think it may have some years left in its structure yet. Farewell, Captain. Your dedication to justice and the safety of our sector will be remembered. Alright, I'm going to jump back to the Scorpio. And that is Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. Question for you guys. What should I do next? Start a... So I'm just writing up some options here. Here are some options for you to vote on over there. And here I am, redocking with the Scorpio. Unfortunately, the Temptress here does not have a lot of thrusters, so it's a little iffier. There we go. Alright, what do I want to do? I want to dismantle cannon. Dismantle reactor. Dismantle thruster. Yes, I am cannibalizing their ship. Alright, go to logistics. And we are going to move 5 crew over. All the cannon shells over. I guess we'll take the FTL charges. Oxygen, cannons, thrusters, reactors. We're also having our logistics drones that are part of the fleet repair the ship. So now on the Scorpio, I'm going to go install 2 of the cannons. I'll install... not there. 2 more reactors. And then... oh, not there. More thrusters. Okay, that looks about right. I took the ammo as well, yeah. I didn't take the bullets. I guess I could do that too. Oh no, they're already being set to be moved. I think the logistics drones are just like repairing first. Maybe not. Perhaps what I need to do is move 2 crew over to get it moving stuff. Yes, that's what I needed to do. Okay, so we'll have 2 crew pull the ammo and then we'll sell the old ship. There is a thruster and reactor box. Oh no, it got moved. One more cannon shell. And then move the 2 crew over. Okay. Undock. Actually, you know what? I'm going to dock again because I want to sell this ship, so I'm going to bring it to somewhere where it can be sold, leaving a single crewman on it on purpose. So, logistics. Temptress, you're going to get 1 crew. Oh, no, oops. 1 crew, and then 1 FTL charge. And then 1 reactor. Actually, I might have stolen all your boxed reactors. So let's go dismantle this reactor so that we can move it over. And it looks like you guys are going to have me choose. So I'll do that in just a moment. Alright, logistics. You'll take the reactor, yeah. Install. And it was there. Oh, we'll need fuel too, I guess. Wait, why would you need fuel? We have a fuel tank. I just need a cable and pipe it up. There we go. Alright, power's on. Cool. Detaching. So the Temptress, I'm gonna head over to NG11 to sell. Where you can sell your ship in the top right here. But I'd like to get that crew back, so I'm gonna rendezvous with the other ship, the Scorpio, to bring that crew back aboard and then to sell it. Oh, and drone speed just got researched. Alright, let's next do automation. And yeah, I'll grab that reactor before I sell this. Alright, Temptress. Dismantle the reactor. There's really nothing else I want. Oh, actually, what is that? Oh, that's a cannon? Yeah, I don't care about 1 cannon. I already have a full cannons. Alright, logistics. Move the reactor over. And now that you've done that, move yourself over. Oops, hold on. Screwed that up. Crew. I'll take all the water. Alright, last but not least, move the crew over. Undock. And sell. Well, we're up 1 million. Yeah! Alright. Current priority right now is upgrade the ship. With some of the seed money that we just got from selling that ship. So what I really want is, in the defense, I want 2 weapon control centers. So I just bought one of them, and I'm going to need to find another system that has another one. So let's head over to NG2 colony. See if they're selling one too. Defense. Yep, they are selling one. So what these do is they allow multiple guns to be controlled by 1 console. Up to 4 guns on 1 console. So there's fewer people needed to man the guns. Another thing I want to do is defense. Buy 2 more Gatling guns. And then a stupid amount of bullets. So let's set this weapons console up by right-clicking. And I'll hook it up to this railgun, this cannon, and this cannon. And here, to railgun, cannon, cannon, cannon. So now this console connects to these 4 cannons, or 3 cannons and a railgun, and this one to these 3 cannons and a railgun. The other thing I wanted to do is crew. Raising crew up to 5, or 10. So now we have 16 crew, 17 suits, so we have a spare suit. The other thing I wanted is to install Gatling guns kind of like around the ship, so that I had more defense coverage. So I'm going to install 2 Gatling guns in the back, and then like 2 kind of in the middle. Cable them up. And this is so that, like, if we're getting shot while rotating or whatever, we have some defense. And then on top of that, I'm going to add bullet storage. So let's do 3, 3, 3, and 3. And then shrink the bullet storage here to 6. Because we're likely to get shot in the front most. I'd also like 1 more drone bay. And then to reinstall that reactor that we'd uninstalled. And then storage for logistics drones over on the other side as well. So we have drones on either side, so that we can deploy drones quickly to a debris field and like hoover up all the stuff. Game's warning me that I'm low on fuel, no problem. I'll buy 120k of fuel. Lots of fuel. Alright, it looks like basically cannon shells and railguns are all like full and loaded. I like it. Looks like a pretty space-worthy vessel for now. Generating a lot of power, and you guys wanted to leave it up to me, so what I'm going to do is take a harder combat mission, and then industry. One of the things I had not covered yet is industry, and it's probably the deepest that this game has to offer, so I'll show that next. So, a difficult rating of 5 might be a bit too hard. I'm going to jump to a new system and look for like a slightly easier difficulty rating, because 5 is like... going from 1 to 5 is going to be rough. Potentially fatally rough. Here we go. Another 5 and a 4. I'll take the 4. Alright, heading over to NG3. Battle stations. Guns are out. Taking a look at our power grid, 156 megawatts, because a lot of it's going to weapons. The other thing is I can reduce the science during combat down to like a bare minimum, so we just have like a tiny bit of science running, because I want most of the power to defenses. All right, they're behind me. So they've been harassing these, like, destroyed and stranded ships. And, it's time to blow them up. Ooh, good hits. So they're outside of cannon range. So what's going on right now is the railguns are hitting. This Hawk light fighter has rails. And they're trying to stay out of our, like, range for cannons. So I'm actually going to switch targets to the thing that isn't trying to avoid our cannons. And our Gatling guns are buzzsawing this thing. You can see why I installed Gatling guns, like, everywhere. Because really small enemy fighters are, can be real trouble to maneuver towards if you have a gunboat, like a bigger gunboat. So this will help a lot. So now we're gonna lock onto the teeny fighter and just like obliterate them if we can. Oops, I was doing my maneuvering wrong. Here we go. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Oh, bye-bye. You're dead. Alright, the Hawk Fighter is going to be a little bit more annoying because it's like actively trying to avoid us. But the other advantage is there should be, yeah, I see some oxygen tanks and spacesuits and fuel. So there's stuff for us to salvage at the end of this fight. So every now and then, enemies will try to outmaneuver you. They will try to flee from you. And if they're smaller and lighter and have more engines, they can just evade you perpetually. And that's a bit of a threat if we're hired to go fight them. So, to that end, my railguns I want aimed at this engine. So we punch their engines out as a priority. And yeah, I can see that that engine has taken damage as a result of the shots. Our railgun just took damage too, though. Works both ways. So one of the forward railguns just took enough to bring it offline. So if I hit home, here's that railgun, and it's currently being repaired by a crewman. So here's what our ship looks like. They've been trying to fire on those rails, and probably targeting the rails specifically, but to try to reduce our ability to hit it from long range. And this is why I bought railguns, so that if the enemy has railguns, they can't just like consistently outrange us, because it can be annoying. Alright, I'm throttling up and using maneuvers to rotate, so we can start shooting them again. And if I can get within cannon range, which I'm aiming to do right now, we'll just obviously erase them from existence really, really fast. We're almost in cannon range. Yeah, here we go. They're dead. Cannons, fire! Thump. And their port side took a lot of damage, so they rotated starboard, but it doesn't really matter because they're within our grasp. Level 4 combat completed. Time to repair our hull and hoover up all the loot. So this is where, like, I think what happened was this ship... I don't even know what happened, actually. This ship blew up. And that's the loot from one of the fights. Nice. Alright, that stranded ship isn't actively asking for help, so, yeah, we're out of here. Now, there are some systems like NG6 and NG4 which are, like, constantly hostile. But I'm... Oh, you know what? I am gonna abort jump there. I want to go to a shipyard so I can actually repair a hull, because a colony would not have a shipyard. You need a shipyard specifically. So we took a fair bit of hull damage. So, now that we have, we took that hull damage, as you can see, I lost some armor on the front of the ship, so I'm gonna add it back for monies. There we go. So armored sections have been... Whoa, Jesus. Give me a warning, man. Let's go ahead and sell the stuff we don't need. So selling scrap metal, processors. I didn't really get very much, huh? Most of what we got was food and fuel and the like. But there you go. That's what like a beer fight looks like. The next thing I would want to do is let's do industry. So I've done combat, I've done humanitarian, logistics, and trade. I have not done an industry, and a huge part of this game is the industry. So I'm gonna head to this middle shipyard, the Deep Space Industrialists. Thank you for tuning in to The Last Starship, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhodamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhodamont.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow admirals.